If you're wanting to get into hiking, but you're not sure with what gear to purchase right off the bat, these are my recommendations for items that I would get if I was starting my hiking journey. The first thing that I would purchase is a great pair of hiking boots. You're going to be doing a lot of miles, so you want to make sure your feet are as comfortable as possible. I have the Danner boots. I would recommend just trying on some different pairs and seeing what works best for your feet, because trust me, when you're on the trail and you're doing a lot of mileage, you don't want your feet hurting. You want to alleviate that as much as possible. So I got these actually at an REI return section. You can access REI returns if you're an REI member. I believe it's $30 to pay to get that membership. And it's for a lifetime, and then you can access all of the returns, so you can get decent gear at a discounted price. So I would recommend doing that because these boots were pretty pricey, but then I got them at a nice discount. And I love these boots. They're fantastic. So I would recommend starting with a nice pair of footwear. My second recommendation would be a pair of darn tough socks. So I have these guys, they have little bears on them, but with socks you can definitely tell the difference of like my Costco socks versus darn tough socks. They're a bit pricier, but they make all the difference in the world. They have decent padding, so that your feet aren't rubbing when you're doing all of the miles that you want to do on your hike. So I would recommend investing in a nice pair of darn tough socks. My third recommendation would be to get a pair of hiking poles. So these are my poles. I believe I got them at Backcountry on a discount. Really just any pair. I think when you're starting, when you're starting to get into hiking, it really doesn't matter as long as you have a pair of hiking poles, especially when you're going down. Your knees are going to start to kill you. So having these will be such a lifesaver when you're doing intense miles or just getting into it right off the bat. So to give yourself an adjustment, trust me, you'll thank yourself that you got these. So I would definitely get a pair of hiking poles. My fourth recommendation would be a day pack. So I got this one at, again, an REI return, and it has been really good to me. I've had it for a couple years, and it has a section on the inside where I can put my bladder in the back and then thread it through right here. I don't know if you can see. So that's been great, so I don't necessarily have to, bring my water bottle. I can just fill up my bladder and then throw it in the back of my day pack and then thread it through, and then I can thread it through on my strap right here. So when looking at day packs, I would just recommend finding one that has that part for your bladder. This one has 2 side pockets, which is nice. So again, this would be another recommendation if you live in an area where there are bears. I have bear spray. Thankfully, I've never had to use this, but it's more so for peace of mind, that, worst case scenario, if I need to use it, I have it right here in my day pack, easily accessible. Another essential that I would recommend is having a first aid kit. So I always just throw this in the bottom of my day pack, no matter if it's like a quick hike or a super long one. It's always good to have just certain essentials. I've kept everything in here that it came with, so there's just a variety of different things. I have used gauze and band-aids are really thankfully the things that I've had to use out of this. So I would pack extra ones of those, and I would also put Advil in here too if you're going to be doing a longer hike, like an all-day hike or something, because you're going to be pretty sore and you're going to be wishing you had some. So yeah, those are things like that I would keep in there. I also put just some matches for an emergency in here as well, just to have worst case scenario. It's in here. I know it's in here. So yeah, that would be another recommendation. I know I mentioned the spot for my bladder. But I would definitely get one of these sooner rather than later. So here's my Bladder. It's just a cheap one from Amazon. They have really nice ones. It's up to you if you want to invest in a better one. I decided, it seems like it's pretty easy for it to get a hole in there, so I just went with a cheaper option. But you'll thank yourself because you don't want to have a ton of weight in your day pack when you're hiking. So instead of having like a hydro flask, which is like my everyday water bottle, I wish I would have gone one of these sooner rather than later. I believe this can hold up to 2 liters of water, just because it saved me so much weight. And yeah, I would recommend getting one of these sooner. Another essential I would recommend is getting sunglasses. So I decided to get ones that have, like, these are hiking and cycling specific. They have this nice nose piece right here. But when I first got into hiking, I just used my like normal Ray-Ban sunglasses and I didn't really have any issues. I just noticed when I was doing hikes that had more miles on them, they would start to irritate me just with like the metal. And I wanted something a little bit softer just because I was wearing them for such a long time. And like this nose piece is pretty squishy too, which I appreciate. So I really like these. They've worked for me so far. It's important to protect yourself from the sun. Where I live, it's very sunny, so definitely getting a pair of sunglasses. In that same recommendation, I have a sun hoodie that I'll bring with me and just like throw it in my day pack, and then I'll throw like the actual hoodie part over my head, just because my scalp does get burnt pretty easily. So I got this past summer, and again, I wish I would have gotten one sooner rather than later because I was getting sunburnt a ton, which is just so not good for your skin. I just got this one at REI and I really like it. I really like the color, and it's a great underlayer too. And then it's nice. It has like this so you can hang if it gets wet or something and you're camping, you can like dry it. And then it has this nice like drawstring as well if you want to like pack it in deep into your day pack. In that same world of clothing that I would purchase, when I first started, I was just wearing like normal cotton t-shirts, but I was getting really sweaty and gross. So I would get just a Wicker t-shirt. You can find these anywhere. I wanted to get one that had like the UV built in, like the sun protection built in. You don't need it if you have the sun hoodie, but it's just an extra precaution I wanted to take. But you want that wicker sort of material when you're sweating a lot. You'll thank yourself that you have this, and because when you have that cotton shirt sort of material, the sweat tends to like stick to you, which is pretty gross. So it's a much better experience once you have like a lighter t-shirt like this. Another recommendation I have for bottoms is there's lots of different hiking bottoms out there. I would first get a pair that has this cinch material, like this, how it cinches, and this elastic at the bottom. If you're going through muddy terrain or if there's still snow outside, what I've done before is with hiking pants like this, I can put it like around my boot and like have an actual seal, and then cinch this over my boot. So I'm not having snow like sneak into my boot and sneak into my socks, and then it's just a miserable experience. So when looking at hiking pants, I would try to find ones that have this little elastic. Another recommendation I have would be to get a rain jacket or rain poncho and then just throw this in your day pack. Better to be prepared than not, and you don't want to be soaking wet trying to finish your hike, and when you could have had some sort of rain gear protection the entire time. So again, it doesn't have to be like a Patagonia jacket. This is just what I have upgraded to. You can just keep like a simple poncho, like one of those packable ones in your day pack just to start off with, but something is better than nothing. So yeah, those are my top gear recommendations, things that I really enjoy and also would recommend for you to purchase if you're wanting to get into hiking but you're not necessarily sure where to start.